Now then, morning guys and gals, welcome to my channel. I'm just about to start out on the bikepacking adventures. So I haven't been on my mountain bike for about 5 years, and I've been going out for a few short trips just to get the legs going. But I'm looking at different options for putting luggage on my mountain bike, and I've come up with a bit of a plan to get some fork carriers. And I'm looking around at what they were available, and I'm a bit of a tight get me because I'm from Lancashire. So I thought I'm going to make my own. So here goes. So I'm looking at what sort of materials I can use to make this bike carrier, pannier carrier, and I've come up with a bit of 4-inch square troughing. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I've measured my forks on my bike, and I'm looking at making a carrier that's 20 centimeters long, and so I'm going to do a few cuts on here. So I'm going to cut it off there. I've left a lip here, so the idea is I'm going to fold that back underneath. So I'm going to cut there, same at the other side, cut a radius on there just so there's no sharp edges, cut a radius there, cut that off, and then I'm going to get the heat gun out and warm that, bend it in, and warm these two areas here, and so I can bend it out because it's a bit too narrow for what I want. Okay, so let's see how we go on. Well, I think the best tool for the job for cutting the plastic is a multi-tool without the saw blade on, just a straight one that's for, it says wood and metal, but it's more like for plastic really. So see how we go on. I forgot to mention, you need a little radius on here as well, just take the sharp edges off. So here we go. Just show you multi-tool, bit noisy. I'm using the blade without the serrated edges on it. It seems to cut better on plastic. Trim it off with sander. There we have it. That's a start. And now, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I did earlier. So I've cut some little slots in for the straps to come through. And I've also put some holes in to take the weight down. I don't know, well, it's only plastic, but you never know. So the idea is, I've ordered off Amazon some brackets to go on the forks, which just go down there, which you can bolt this into. I'm going to put a piece of aluminium bar down there, thin aluminium strip, just to support this. Screw it in. I haven't got dropouts on my forks, so I'm going to be putting Jubilee clips, a bit of holding a tube, Jubilee clips round just to protect the forks and clamp it on. So I'll show you what it's like when it's on. For putting the holes in, Here I've used Fosner bits, 25mm on that side, and 20mm down the middle, because I didn't really want to take too much material off the middle. So here's going to be aluminium strip I'm going to put down the middle, trim it down a bit. Hang on, getting focus. This a bit of scrap is this, but it'll do. Just to give it a bit of support. Bought these off Amazon. They come in a pair. I think they're about £8. Come with a few different sorts of screws in them. I've got a couple of strips of inner tube. This is car inner tube. It's a bit thicker and there's a bit more to go at. Some old car inner tube. Just get any tyre place will be happy to give you a old car inner tube. Glad to get shut of them. And a couple of Jubilee clips. So I'll mark the bottom of my fork where I want the plate to go, which will be there. Sorry, there, that way around. I've wrapped the inner tube around the fork, and I've secured it with a bit of electrical tape. Same, marked it up here, same up here. And the Jubilee clips, you've got to open them out and put them around the forks. Now you need to make sure that you can get at the screw to fasten them up. And also I will think that this is going to be a bit too long, so I might just have to trim a bit of that off after. And these are, I forgot what the size they are now, these Jubilee clips. Depends what size you're for. These are 35 to 50mm. So I've had to turn the Jubilee clips round so that this bit doesn't foul where the cage is going to go, and you can still get at them from the back to tighten them. I think the thing is not to over tighten them either. You want them tight but not to over tighten them so you don't do any damage to the fork. So the next thing now is to drill the holes through the cage, and you want to make sure the bottom of the cage clears a quick release for your wheel. So here's a fitted article. Now when you put in the screws in, I put a couple of washers behind there because these are longer screws, and I don't know if you can see or not. That one at the bottom is just short of touching the fork. So if you don't put washers in, you're going to impact into your fork. And there you have it. One fork carrier. Cheap as chips. I had to do a plan B because I realised that if you're going to do it, start on your disc side, because where I've done the other one on the other side, it's too low. It's going to interfere with the disc. The Jubilee clip is just getting a bit too close to where the disc is. So I've just moved it up, and I can easily move the other one up. Just undo the Jubilee clips and slide it up. So there you go. Error 1.